In the mix, episode 20. This is an inaugural moment for us, no?
Oh yeah.
Feel like
2-0.
Feel like we almost made it.
We'll see 100 episodes in, we'll make it.
I mean, when you get more than 20 listeners an episode, I think maybe then you can kind of be somewhere.
Talking to 20 people every time.
Hey, it's fine. It's the hustle. It's the grind. The podcast life.
Exactly.
My guy, Kucukovic. I'm Jay Boyal, as I hope you know and familiar with. Antonio Brown, back in the news again. This time wearing the Patriots uniform.
Every fucking week that guy's in the news.
I know. But what I don't understand is, like, you know how people be sliding DMs, you want to be discreet. This guy does the exact opposite. One of his accusers in a group chat with some guy, Eric B. Might be an investigator, not too sure. Obviously, we had some big injuries this past week in the NFL, right? Big Ben out for the season. Drew Brees is out 6 weeks. Yep. And Sean Payton has a very interesting game plan heading into week 3, which we will discuss. And they're playing the Seahawks, I believe. Cam Newton likely out week 3 as well. That guy's been a tire fire to start the season. Colin Kaepernick. And then he's once again, whenever QB injuries go down, we haven't talked about him in the history of our show. We'll give our thoughts on whether we think that he should have a spot.
Or at least where he fits with this
NFL
whole
roster, yeah. Mitch Marner signed. Mikko Rantanen has been told by...
We've talked about this like 4 times.
four times only?
4 different episodes, I think we've talked
minimum.
about Marner.
And then Mikko Rantanen, who is very good, close comparable to Marner, been told by his team, Colorado Avalanche, don't expect that money. You're not getting it. Patrick Laine ripped his line mates in a Finnish paper. I don't understand, these hockey players always do this stuff. They go back to Russia, Finland, Sweden in the off season. Yeah. They give these interviews, and they always give telling interviews, and it's like they think that people can't translate shit, and it's never gonna get back to North America. And then it gets back to North America, and they're doing stupid stuff like Patrick Laine issuing apologies to their line mates.
It's because they
come on, guys.
It's probably here in the moment. They feel comfortable over there, talking to a reporter that speaks their own language. Easier to communicate, and they're just comfortable, I guess. And I think it makes sense.
Lonzo Ball, he got regulated by his pops on a viral video this last week.
Treated like a bitch. That's crazy too.
Literally got destroyed. Man, if your pops talks to you like that, we'll play the video for you guys later on. But my pops talks to me like that, I'm getting up and walking out of the house, man.
He ain't that anymore. He's a business partner. That's what it sounds like.
I guess. I mean, Lonzo's got his own kid now at this point, so you just gotta roll with the punches, I guess. And Lavar's crazy. If he was my pops,
punches from your dad, yeah.
I mean,
we'll get into what he says.
We will. Should we start with AB? Just get that out of the way.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to hear what these messages were. I know that he sent them, but
this was not the main accuser. That
What do you mean? This is not the girl?
No, I believe this was the second one, who was going to. She just came out, but she wasn't pressing charges or anything like that. She just said, look.
Oh, he also did it?
Yeah, also did it. And then AB, about a week.
What are they saying that he did? He raped them? Or
no, they're not saying rape. No.
Like,
do you read anything on these stories before we do a show?
No, man. I literally try to stay away from these stories.
It was just sexual misconduct, essentially sexual assault. But I don't. The one with his trainer.
Sexual assault could mean
a lot of different things.
Rape or just touching.
So the first one with that trainer of his, that's the main one. She's going after him in the civil suit. That one,
that's the one that wants money, right?
She's the one that wants money. That may have been, I think he was just trying to force himself on her multiple times. So this one, don't know what her name is, but he throws her in a group text with some guy named Eric B, who, based off these texts, you'll assume, as I do, that maybe he's an investigator or somebody like that for AB. So
through a group chat.
There's 5 people in this group chat. This is what I don't know. This is what she's alleging, right? She put this out there. He says, really sad you would make up bullshit story to the world. Thought you had more integrity and respect for yourself. Must be really hard times for it to make up some stuff for money. Super sad. This guy needs to work on his English as also. There's some redacted sentences here and words. So next text. This the girl who unfinished my painting in my room from redacted word. Super broke girl with a lot of kids. Such a shame. This her in text, Eric B. Let's look up her background history. See how broke this girl is from redacted sentence, wherever she's from. Yeah. Basically cried broke for opportunities. I let paint my room, couldn't finish. I flew out. Now to hear this is so sad. And then Eric B goes, yes sir, we will do that. You send me her info, bro. And then he sends a picture off her Instagram page. He sends a picture off her Instagram page. Yeah. And then goes, those are kids and IG Eric. She's awfully broke, clearly. According to that post, she was going for a Meek Mill rally. I can reach out to his team tomorrow and see if anyone knows her.
A Meek Mill rally?
She sounds like a celebrity groupie. And then there's a redacted picture and then another picture. So I guess AB's tight with Meek Mill.
Or not.
That's what I take from that.
Brings up his name in it. I don't know. That could, like, I don't want to say it because it sounds bad, but it could be a little bit in defense of Antonio Brown. The fact that he's sending messages like this and this being this open about it and just being straight up, maybe it's true that he actually, like, he honestly is like, yo, I didn't do shit. Why are you, like, doing this now? Because he obviously knew that those messages didn't get out.
What's the first thing they teach you in, whether it's law class in high school or if you're being tried in a case? Do not contact the other party across the table from you.
Exactly.
You look guilty then.
Yeah, but the fact that he did, and, like, obviously he's probably been told by his fucking lawyers and everything, don't talk to them, stay away from them. He's probably like, no, like, what the fuck? I know this girl. We had a thing. Why she's lying now?
I think it's the other way, because if you are innocent, why would you go and tempt the audience to think otherwise?
But here's the thing:
if you're innocent, you're not really stressing. When you're guilty, you got to try and make things happen.
You are stressing.
As she said, he's kind of trying to intimidate her by, I'm gonna have people look into you and dig up everything on you.
But maybe that's kind of like, okay, fine, you want to put this bullshit on me? Now I'm gonna do something to you.
Fair enough. Now, another interesting tidbit that came out in the last couple days.
Yeah.
In that civil lawsuit with the other lady, he was offered a $2 million settlement and he turned it down. You think he should have taken it? You think he should have taken it?
Again, man, isn't this?
I agree in that.
Basically, thinking
if you believe in your innocence, even if you're not pleading guilty to civil suit, when you take that
money,
$2 million
at least
settlement,
you say that you did something wrong.
Yeah, it makes you look awfully guilty.
Exactly. It's like, you ever seen it's a Netflix documentary. It's like a show. It's the Khalif Browder thing.
Nope.
The guy Jay-Z was trying to help out and everything. This guy, they put him in jail because they said that he stole a backpack, basically. Yeah. And they just kept him in jail for like 2-3 years. Just saying, okay, your court date's pushed back. If you plead guilty, like, well, what's it called? You'll spend 1 year in jail and you can get out. And he was like, no, like, I'm just not going to plead guilty because I don't want that on my name, basically. Yeah. And they kept him in jail for like 3-4 years and he ended up killing himself. And just because he didn't want to plead guilty. So it's the whole thing, like, as soon as, there's an easy way out with them saying, okay, you know what, pay $2 million, you're done. You're done with this.
I think that's a little different when it comes to doing jail time, an actual criminal record, to a civil suit.
But the thing is,
because civil suit, if by him settling here, it's just public perception that he's guilty.
But what I'm saying is, if someone will do it and just be like, okay, you know what, I'll stay in jail to clear my name. You think someone wouldn't do it to fucking... I'm not going to... Like, even though $2 million is nothing to me, I'm not giving you that $2 million because I still didn't do shit.
But what does AB really have to lose by agreeing to that settlement? Potential endorsement deals. That's about it.
And it affects his character, man. Think about it. If
his character's already in the trash.
It is, but maybe he doesn't want that part. Like, he doesn't want that.
That's where he draws the line.
Where it's like it's a sexual assault. That's serious, bro.
Not snaking and cheating a team to get your release.
Does he have a woman or anything? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, he's got kids.
Wife or just baby mom?
Probably baby mama.
Okay, so
but I can't.
Maybe he just doesn't want that.
Like in Hard Knocks, they showed his kids. They didn't show his.
Bro, it's damaging to your character, man. Regardless if $2 million is nothing, now you can focus on football, get that all off. When football ends, you still have that to your name.
I suppose so. Do you think the Patriots should allow him to play Week 3?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think it's fine that
legally they're not going to investigate it. So why would the Patriots stop him?
Yeah. Do you think the NFL though? It seems like they're pretty well going to stay out of it because it's not a criminal case.
Which is weird to me because NFL likes to get involved.
Do you think they should get involved and discipline AB?
Bro, I've said this even about the Kareem Hunt thing, man. Just the NFL is really harsh on these dudes. I don't think they should, but do I think they will? Maybe.
See, I don't think they will. I don't think they should, but I think they need to because of the precedent they set. With the Kareem Hunt situation, they did not wait until... I guess they did wait because it was the Chiefs who made the first move. Yeah. As soon as that video released, they released him. Yeah. The NFL, once it went to the criminal process, they went and suspended him. But as we've said, that was a very mild grievance compared to what AB's being accused of.
It's true, yeah. But then the thing is, what if it is like, okay, I don't want to say because I don't think AB is a good guy. Like, I'm not saying like he's fucking perfect and shit.
Yeah.
But what if it is true that they are making it up? You're gonna fucking literally affect this guy's like career basically.
No, the NFL had their meeting with the accuser, so obviously they feel that there's not much merit. So
and there isn't any evidence clearly.
Now I'm gonna say something. If there's any women watching that might get
word of mouth
pissed at me, but I think it's too much of a coincidence that when AB is in the public light in a negative spotlight, that a sexual assault claim comes against him, because now you're thinking, well, this is the type you're gonna hit him where it hurts, and it's the time to take advantage because he's already off the rails, and now you can really go at him.
Yeah. If
this had come out last year, he's still on Pittsburgh, or a year from now, I think I might have a different view. But the timing is just too perfect for me to think it's not a coincidence. This is what
always happens with athletes, man. And hey, always.
This could all be true, what the accuser is laying out.
Yeah.
We have no knowledge on what happened. But at the least, she wanted to take advantage of AB being in trouble in the public light right now.
Why not say it 2 years ago? Why not say it a year ago?
When it happened.
And okay, I understand there's a whole, psychology of a victim. Like, it's different. I understand that. But 2 years later, now you're ready to fucking say something when he's like, basically, and you know how much, and everyone knows how much money he's coming into.
Yeah.
So they're asking for $2 million. $2 million is okay for her. That's what I don't understand. She's just pursuing. She wants money.
Yeah. Well, no, they can't be criminal charges. I know, because
but it's kind of like it just makes it look
what's
like
that. What's that American term? It's past. It's been too long. I don't know what the term is, but it's past the American judicial system where they can.
But it's not like she's coming out and being like, I don't care if it's over 2 years. I want this guy. Like, I don't ever want to see him. He's a terrible person. Stuff like that. No, now it's just like, okay, give me some money and we'll just move on from this.
You got a new payday by the Patriots.
It's kind of like I don't want to say it's bad, but like Mike Tyson, when his name kept coming in the news. He was getting in street fights. I can't remember. He hit someone's car, or he hit someone with a car, and then he didn't want to deal with police because his name kept coming into the news. So he said to the person, "Take my car," and he had like a Ferrari or some shit. And the person's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So the person took the car, and then right after like all this shit's going on, his wife comes out, says that he raped her, and he goes to jail for 2 years. A few years later, they find out that there was like no evidence saying that was Mike Tyson. Like, it's kind of like they're like, oh, okay, maybe this is.
That reminds me of, it was the anniversary of that interview he had with Nathan Downer on CP24.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the best.
The anniversary of that interview was like last week.
Bro, I'm so happy.
And that was because he asked him about the rape, which was obviously a false.
But like the guys came to Toronto to promote his show, and you're saying, oh, you have something, what's it called, in common with Toronto's mayor. You both have been charged criminally. It's like, whoa, what? Like, where did this come from, bro? You write this down before the show? You fuck. I don't like Nathan Downer.
You like him or you don't?
I don't like him.
Yeah, I'll keep my opinions on Nathan Downer to myself. All right, let's move on to the big boys who are out of action. Drew Brees, 40 years old. I think he's chasing another ring at this point. Yeah. He wants to get 2. Ty Payton. A lot of guys have 1 ring. Not that many guys have 2. And that's why Eli gonna go be in the Hall of Fame. But I think that's what he's chasing. So I'm interested to see, one, how he comes back towards the season.
Yeah.
We think it's 6 weeks, but they've said we have to wait a little bit after the surgery to see how it goes. Number 2, does he retire after the season? I think if they have a good run, he does. But what interests me, I think with Teddy Bridgewater running at QB, the Saints have no hopes. I know they gave him a nice contract in the offseason. They believe him. I watched him last week. I know he's going to have a week of prep.
Yeah.
And he was just thrown to the fire last game. But he could not recognize defenses. He could not get the ball out.
It takes some time. It can't be right away. He was a starting quarterback for Minnesota.
How many years ago, bro? 4 years ago.
4 years ago?
A lot of things happen when you don't play for 4 years.
But that's exactly what I mean. Like, he went from a starting position to not even... Like, when was the last time I seen him touch the field?
Last season a bit, but he had a ACL injury or something.
But not at this level where now you're like the team's gonna rely on you. I feel
the team's not actually gonna rely on him, as Sean Payton said earlier today, that the team is planning to go with a 2 QB system, platoon system, with Taysom Hill, the jack of all trades, receiver, running back, QB, kick returner, fullback, is gonna get some touches at QB as well. Now this could just mean doing some wildcat stuff, but Sean Payton is high on this guy. When they brought him in last season, he compared him this past summer to Steve Young And he also in the offseason said he thinks he's going to be an elite quarterback in this league one day. And
he knows his shit, bro. He can scope out talent. So if he sees something, maybe it's true.
We haven't seen a 2 QB platoon system in the NFL, and as long as I can remember, the last time I've seen it was in the CFL, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, a few years ago.
But you're saying I think it's just a one-time thing, just to figure out who's basically,
you're gonna roll
with the team.
It's got to be Bridgewater. They give Bridgewater multiple millions of dollars.
I know, but they're also in the business of winning.
Yeah, fair enough.
They ain't giving up this season, so.
I think their best bet is to win a platoon until Breeze is back. Keep the defenses on their toes.
6 weeks, you think they should run platoon?
It's not going to be like a 50-50.
I know, but
it's going to be like a 70-30, 80-20, and it's going to be a lot of, I think early on in the first game, Taysom Hill wildcat options, wildcat looks.
Yeah.
And then a couple times in there, you have him bomb the ball. If he starts
connecting with the team, the receivers, the linemen.
I think you have him maybe throw the ball 5 to 7 times a game to keep the defense on their heels.
Yeah.
Right? If they're thinking every time he's on the ball, it's a wildcat option run, and then you do a flea flicker one time and bomb at somebody downfield.
We see it in college, though. Or like just Division 1, Division 3 football. They do that a lot. They do a platoon with the quarterbacks to kind of see who's connecting. And then when they do find that guy, they tend to
whoever's
stick
hot
with
that
him.
game, they'll stick with in the second half.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're at that point. Like, Taysom Hill is not at the status in the Saints organization as Bridgewater.
I know he is. Of course.
From behind center. Yeah. They love him, but that's for his utility reasons.
And they might be seeing something in him, bro.
I like him. Undrafted.
Yeah.
Signed with the Packers in 2017. Then they will let him go. Signed with New Orleans last year. And hey, I think Drew Brees likes him because this guy's a big body. He's over 6'2". Cranks motherfuckers.
And he's had time to kind of learn from one of the best.
Yeah.
So expect big things from him.
Now, before we get to the cap, second QB issue in the league. And this guy, I think his career is effectively over.
Oh, yeah.
Big Ben Roethlisberger. Thanks for everything you did. Never been a big Steelers fan. But you provided some great highlights, some great moments.
Yes,
a Super Bowl that none of us will ever forget.
Yeah. That
pass to Santonio Holmes. Toes in the corner of the end zone. And then, who was it? James Harrison returning that interception.
Yeah.
And Larry Fitzgerald trying to tackle him at the last second. James Harrison needing the oxygen because that big boy ran so far. And hey, one of the most athletic QBs in the league, in my opinion.
Who?
Big Ben.
You think so?
Yeah. If you see for how big this guy is, how he maneuvers in the pocket, shifts around guys, gets out of contact, does different types of throws. But you talk about Patty Mahomes changing the throwing angle.
Does it look better because he's so big?
Yeah.
Like if he was a regular size quarterback, would it be as impressive?
No.
So you're kind of using his size against.
Also the way he can change his arm angle too. Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer.
Fuck, didn't help him last game.
One of the greats of this generation. But yeah, his elbow's gone. He's having surgery. Now the reason why I think his career's over, even if he comes back one more season, I'd be shocked. 2017. After an upset loss to the Jaguars, he said that after the 2016 season, he heavily contemplated retirement. And then he came back. And now you've lost Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. And you just have Juju and a very young, pathetic defense. Can the defense get worldly better by the time he's back next season? I don't think so.
They're trying.
Even though they got Minka Fitzpatrick, which I don't think I would have made that trade at this point.
Yeah, but fuck. That's probably the only way they can think of, just start working on the defense now.
Yeah, but who the hell's throwing the damn ball for them?
No, but I feel like they've given up on this season.
So then why would you go and waste your first round pick when you're throwing away this season?
Maybe they're hoping that Big Ben comes back.
No, he's not coming back. This is bad general managing, in my opinion.
I don't
Big Ben out, you're going to get a top 5, top 10 first round pick.
Yeah.
So why the hell would you flip that?
It's true.
Big Ben's probably out. Go and take your... this is the deepest QB draft we've had in probably 3 or 4 years. There is 3 studs that are going to go in the top 10. This is not Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray. I would take all 3 of these guys coming next year over all 3 of those guys. And you trade that for a defensive player in a write-off season because you're going to be throwing some rookie out there you took in the 4th round under center.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't think he's coming back, but I don't think he's coming back based on excitement. What does he have? What is he coming back to?
That's what I'm saying. No Le'Veon, no AB.
Before when he was contemplating retirement, he had excitement. He's like, okay, you know what? We still have a killer team. we can be one of the top teams and we can make it to the Super Bowl. No problem. And they constantly kept playing Patriots to go into the Super Bowl, but they kept losing. So it's kind of like, now, why am I going to come back?
The guy I feel...
Play with these young guys?
The guy I feel most bad for here is Juju Smith-Schuster.
Same.
Like, Big Ben, he had his great career. Juju's like, oh, man, I'm the number one option finally. Me and Juju's Big Ben, let's go, my guy. 100%. And now, wait, who's that guy throwing me the ball for the rest of the season?
And who's probably not going to target me that many times because they're probably just going to keep running it.
Oh. Well, Connor has had his struggles this year, and so has their O-line. Like, this is not the Steelers we're used to. Even if they had Big Ben, I'm not sure they were going to be a playoff team. Everybody thought they would.
I don't think playoff.
I don't think so. They were struggling.
Who's in their group? I know Baltimore.
Baltimore and Cincinnati.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't.
Baltimore, it's early, but they're looking
Baltimore's looking killer, bro. Especially Lamar.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The third QB injury. This is just a week to week. Your guy Cam Newton, likely out for week 3.
Yeah. I want to. That's not the same injury. This is just a fucking. I feel like they're just giving him one week to rest.
No, this is a mild foot sprain or something.
Yeah. Which is, well, now I can finally understand why didn't they fucking run a QB sneak
on that fucking
Houston,
4th and 1,
bro.
Oh my god.
Not Houston, fucking Tampa Bay, bro. That pissed me off fucking much. You have the best QB sneak fucking quarterback in the league, bro. This guy always. That's literally that's all they went to, in their Super Bowl fucking year. That's all they went to. Every time they're at the fucking goal line.
It doesn't matter if you have Cam Newton or Eli Manning. 4th and inches, 3rd and inches, you QB sneak.
But now you're lucky you have Cam Newton, bro. You have one of the biggest QBs.
Hold on. It's not just that they didn't QB sneak that play.
It's
that the play that they drew up was so effing stupid.
I know.
Okay, so he's out week 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Potentially week 4, because I heard it was just gonna be a 2-week recovery. I want to pose you this question.
Yeah.
As a diehard Panthers fan, diehard Cam Newton guy. No, it's not a yes or no. It's when does Carolina make the decision to move past Cam Newton?
You can't move past Cam Newton.
Why not?
Who do they have?
No, I'm saying this season, if you suck again,
he has been one of the most dominant draft two-way fucking quarterbacks.
No, he has not
for the last few years.
How has he been dominant when we have?
Look at what Lamar Jackson's doing now.
Listen,
people are looking at him like he's a god. But this is what Cam Newton was doing freaking 2-3 seasons ago.
Except Cam Newton is incapable of doing it in back-to-back seasons, as we've discussed. And he had a lackluster season last year. We thought he's going to come back this year. And as Cam always does, one good year, one bad year, one good year, one bad year. And he started off to a bad start.
Yep.
And now it's getting even worse. All right, Cam Newton through the first 2 games. Okay, against the Rams, his completion percentage was 65. So that's all right.
Yeah.
Against Tampa Bay, 49.02 completion percentage. Are you actually kidding me? And he has 0 TD passes in 2 games.
Bro, for that Tampa Bay loss, I credit a lot to fucking play calling. Play calling was terrible that game.
He's only thrown, I think, 1 completion over 30 yards. So his shoulder after that surgery maybe isn't to where he says he's... Yeah, but after the first game, he's like, oh, you guys are only talking about it because of my surgery, my shoulder is fine. And then he goes out second game and one big completion.
What do you want him to go up there and say, yeah, my shoulder's fucking killing me, bro?
No, but then why are you playing? Get it right.
Team excitement, bro. Your team... And not even that. He had to play that last game. Primetime television. How many times Carolina get that in a season?
Once.
Yeah. So why having him off? No one's watching that game if Cam Newton's not there.
His QB rating through 2 weeks is 71. That's worse than Eli Manning.
Yeah, 2 games again. As I was saying earlier about with the whole betting thing, the first 3 weeks of football, maybe even 4, are so unpredictable, man.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you give a guy a pass for losing and playing bad.
You don't, but fuck, how many QBs get that pass?
Nobody gets a pass for playing like shit.
Eli's been getting it for the last 3-4 years.
No, I say he's shit.
Yeah, but he's the guy starting QB for. Finally, they change him. Finally,
when they shouldn't have.
When they don't have anyone.
Exactly. We'll get into that in a little bit. But he's inconsistent. He's uber injured every season.
Yeah.
You cannot build a team around this guy and hope for success. Cam Newton.
When was the last time Carolina was taken to the Super Bowl? Before Cam Newton took them.
2003 or 2001.
2001, I believe.
Okay.
Bro, he's doing the best thing for that team.
And what has happened since then, Addis? What has happened since then? That moment. That moment.
Fuck, what's his name? Do you give up Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan had the same choke.
Yeah, but at least he plays usually 16 games a season.
But when was the last time his team was a contender?
When he went to
After the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl. Do you give him
Not
up?
much.
Do you give him up?
I think it's almost time to move past Matt Ryan. He's old.
But he's old. Julio Jones, no one wants to play for a team that you have no excitement for. You think Christian McCaffrey wants to play for a team when they're...
No, I'm not saying you just go and release him. I'm saying if you have another shitty season this year, you take a QB in the first round or second round, and you start grooming somebody so that in a year or two, if it becomes time, you have somebody ready to take that spot. If it's you decide, listen, it's not working out with Cam because he's always injured. And he cannot
I still think it's too early.
Consistency.
It's been 2 games this season.
That's why I asked you a question when, and you said never.
Because I'm never going to give up on my boy, bro. Never going back on that. Never. Just like I never went back on the Raptors last year.
Why would you? What do you? How?
Remember when you were like, "Oh, I don't care what you say. You always say Raptors gonna win. Raptors gonna win." They fucking won, bro. So
yeah,
wait till that happens.
But they were a good team. The Panthers are nowhere near a good team, and they haven't been for 3 years. And you have a top 5 running back, and you're wasting him on a bottom 10 QB. Sad to say it.
They always either make wild card playoffs every year, unlike the Giants.
Cool. Take shots at my team. This is not a discussion of my team versus your team.
I understand,
but
he's had some trouble. I still think it's too soon.
Okay.
Let him play out this season.
I think this is the last season of him. If I'm running that organization, I'm giving him his last chance.
Might be.
And if he cannot figure it out, I'm going and find a QB somewhere. Well, let's do the draft, trade, free agency.
But again, that last loss,
the defense is
I feel is credited a lot to fucking play calling. Play calling was dirt that fucking
I didn't watch the whole game because there's 2 shit teams playing. I only watched a bit.
Get up and watch a Giants game.
Well, those are my guys. All right, let's transition to the Giants because they got big news.
Yep. Finally.
Daniel, 6th overall pick Jones.
Picked him up for a reason.
Is starting week 3.
Yep.
And
good.
He will not have Golden Tate, who's got 2 more games under suspension. He will not have Cody Latimer, their 3rd receiver, who's in concussion protocol. And Sterling Shepard, I believe, is dealing with an aggravated injury as well.
So Barkley's running every play.
You would think that, but in the last 2 games, they've let Eli Manning throw the ball 45 times. And Eli Manning actually hasn't even played that bad. It's been their defense that has been atrocious. And Eli, as well, has had no receivers to throw to. And now, you want to talk about play calling. Game 1 of the season, Barkley has 120 yards on 11 carries. And you let Eli throw it 45 times, which makes no sense to me. Last week, Barkley again has over 100 yards on 18 carries. And you let Eli throw it over 40 times. Makes no sense to me when Barkley was having a tremendous game. So,
you
take Eli out and put Daniel Jones in there, who in the 2 minutes he played at the end of week 1 could not connect with the receiver for the life of him. And you put him in a situation with very small chance of success.
Yeah.
So my question to you from an outside perspective, is it stupid to put a young QB with no NFL experience, just going through his first training camp, and throw him into the fire with no support and no talent around him when you've seen every other young QB who has been solid has talent around him? Even Sam Darnold has receiving options, a decent defense. Le'Veon Bell by him, as Jones has Barkley.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. Browns are stacked on offense. They have talent. Patty Mahomes. Chiefs offense is the best offense in the league. Jared Goff. He sucked until Cooper Kupp and Woods and Cooks and we're all there. And Gurley figured out how to get to the next level. And a good offensive coach. Kyler Murray. Doesn't have much talent besides Larry Fitzgerald, and he pretty much only throws the ball to Larry Fitzgerald. And he gets sacked a lot. So does this make sense to you from an outside perspective?
They're giving it to pressure, man. Giants their fucking fans are at their necks, bro. I feel like they just felt like
they're not. The majority of Giants fans do not want this change to happen.
Yeah, but I feel like they wanted a change, bro. They're tired of watching the same shit.
The change Giants fans wanted was a new GM and a new coach this offseason because these guys are incompetent.
Late, bro. You can't do that now.
No, you want to talk about change that Giants fans wanted? That's what Giants fans wanted.
Well, and not even that. They're just trying something out.
No, and this is not even a loyalty to Eli Manning.
Doesn't matter.
Because I agree. he's not the Eli Manning of old, and shouldn't be the starting QB.
Hasn't been for a few years.
Yeah, 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But at this point, the season, whether Daniel Jones plays or not, the season is right off. Dude, you can screw up a kid by throwing him in there too early. Look at Josh Rosen. What happened to him? He's a top 3 pick. Goes to Buffalo. They throw him to the fire right away. No support. Nothing.
A flower can bloom in a dark room. You never know, bro.
You take a flyer on a guy who's probably a 3rd round pick. You take him 6th overall.
Yeah.
And then you risk this. And you know what Pat Shurmur says on the decision? I had a gut feeling. Now, why not? Why not after week 4 you play the Patriots? Eli, obviously, we know his history with the Patriots. See if he can just go win you a game, whatever. If he loses, you have a bye week. So now you have 2 weeks for Daniel Jones to prepare.
Who's he playing his first game, Daniel Jones?
Bucks, I believe. Bucks. And if they took down the Panthers, they can definitely take down the Giants.
Okay, they took down the fucking play calling. Took down the fucking Panthers.
And you think the Giants have better play calling? Because they don't. Believe that.
Maybe they'll fucking just run in with Barkley when they're in a situation like that.
Except right Shurmur, I don't know if Pat Shurmur just has a personal beef with Saquon or what it is.
Yeah.
But he is not used enough for being.
Maybe you'll be used,
not the best
that's what I'm saying. But it might have been Eli's ego too getting a little way in that. He's like, I want to throw the ball too. I don't want to run it to this guy every time.
Eli does not. No QB throws the ball 45 times every week at us. No way Eli does. Eli at this point in his career is going to Shurmur's office. Yo, if I don't chuck the ball 40 times this game, you're gonna regret it, dog.
You never know, bro. You never know.
No, I know that.
You know Eli.
I know Eli's not doing that. Eli is the most team first, nicest guy you'll ever meet. He's staying late after practice to help Daniel Jones prepare. When you have Big Ben last year,
clean up, bro.
No, when you have Big Ben last year, when Steelers took a QB in the first few rounds, Big Ben came on and said, "I'm not grooming this guy. I'm not helping him. That's not my job." Eli is the consummate professional. Has won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Another reason maybe why they're putting in Daniel Jones.
I'm saying he's not going to go to the coach and say, I got to throw 45 times. This is incompetent GM and coach tandem together.
Yeah. Fire
plus fire equals bigger fire, not
but
solutions.
You think logic says running with Barkley if he's having a 120-yard game.
Yeah. So why is he not?
Huh?
So why is he not? Because Shurmur doesn't.
More to you think Shurmur's that stupid?
Pat Shurmur
he's just blind watching the game.
It's his second head coaching job, and the only thing he has proven is that he cannot lead his team to wins. That's the only thing. He had Odell Beckham Jr. last year, number 1 wide receiver, and even though Eli Manning would have painted was so bad, he was still okay, feasible at times. Yeah. And you had Saquon Barkley. To not win, what did they win? 2-3 games? To not even win 5 games with OBJ and Saquon? That's the only thing Shurmur has proven to this point, that he cannot lead teams to win ball games.
They won 3 games. No way.
So, yeah.
That's right, because remember when we did that bet with Carolina against Giants? I swear it was a 1-game difference. Carolina did not have 4 wins last year.
Maybe the Giants won. Oh, no, they won their last few games. So I think they ended up at 4 or 5.
It was near the end, both those teams. So
5. But regardless, that's the only thing Shurmur has proven. And he fires me up, man. Watching him coach and watching him inside the locker room talking to the guys, there's no connection there. Almost as bad as John Gruden.
Well, you want to talk about another coach you probably have a problem with?
Who?
I know. You know who I'm going to say.
No.
From Browns?
Oh, Freddie Kitchens.
Your boy.
All right.
We want to get into this. I had it over text.
Let me pose the question. Are the Browns who we thought they were? Or who you thought they were?
Through 2 games. I'm going with the safe.
Through 2 games.
2 games. That's it, though. Too early.
Okay. So
and they have a win in those 2 games. They lost both.
Okay, but did you watch the game against the
Jets? It was a terrible game.
Just
terrible
answer
game.
the question.
Yes, terrible game.
Would they have beaten any top 15 team that game?
Probably not.
No. Not probably. No.
You don't know. Maybe a team had a shit game like that.
No.
Giants, yes.
Yeah. I said top 15. Okay, and then game 1. Spanked by the Titans. It was a close game until the 4th quarter when Baker threw 3 picks in the 4th quarter. All right. Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I picked them to go 9-7 because I knew there's going to be growing pains. More early on in the season, the first half. Because
is that what you said, 9-7?
I said 9-7 because their schedule is tough the first half of the season, right? Next week you got the Rams, then the Ravens who have improved, 49ers who have improved, Seahawks, Patriots, and then you get down into a bunch of garbage in the second half of the season. So I actually think they play Steelers twice with Big Ben going down.
2 wins.
Potentially, yeah. I think they could now get to 10-6, 11-5.
I had them 11-5, I think.
Yeah, 11-5 or 12-4. But it's not because of the quality of them. It's because of the quality of their opponent. Let me take you back to last season, my friend.
Take me back.
Okay. Baker played 14 games, started in 13 of them. In the 13 games he started, he had 6 wins.
Yep.
Okay. You want to know the teams he beat?
Shoot him off.
How bad were the Ravens last season?
Terrible.
How bad were the Falcons last season? Pretty bad. They didn't make playoffs. I think they were 500.
Yeah.
They didn't have a winning record. How bad were the Bengals last season?
Okay, I'm sure all these teams...
Panthers, Broncos, and Bengals. You know none of those 6 teams had a winning record last season that Baker won against? And that trend is continuing here. And what did I see?
Season, man.
What did I see? Hold on.
Touchdowns, bro.
What did I see, huh?
How many touchdowns did he throw last year?
He had over 20, but you know how many interceptions he had in 13 games started? 14.
Still over 20 touchdowns in your first season in the NFL?
Against these teams!
On a team that went winless the year before?
Against these teams!
On the team that went winless? You want to talk about pressure with fucking Jones?
Dude. And then you want to know some of the teams they lost to. They lost to the fucking Raiders.
Oh, come on. Don't give me this.
Chargers are good, so they lost to the fucking Bucks.
You're just nitpicking now, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm giving you facts. They beat the... they lost to the Texans, who were okay last season. And yeah, they also lost to the Ravens at the last game of the season. With Baker. And what was the number 2 things I noticed against the Jets? 1, at this point in Baker Mayfield's career, he is unable to recognize the defense before the snap of the ball.
Yep.
He has no idea what the defense is playing. Once the ball is snapped, he cannot go through his progressions and reads at a quick enough pace as a QB needs to in the NFL to be effective. You know why he gets sacked so much in the first 2 games? Because this guy is sitting in the pocket for 6-7 seconds. That's not possible in the NFL. You're going to get sacked.
You want me to tell you why he's sitting in there for that long?
Why?
Where I think an issue is, who the fuck he's looking for the guy with the fucking $1 million watch. Every goddamn fucking play. It's so easy to read. I read it on TV. And watching it.
If he didn't, what would happen last game? Because Odell Beckham Jr. saved Baker Mayfield and the Browns last game. You know the look I saw on Odell's face late in the first half, when Baker missed him on 2 straight wide open throws. The look of, wow, I left Eli Manning for this,
for the same thing. And then what did he say?
And then what did
he? I'm not Eli.
Yeah,
Baker Mayfield.
And then
might be, buddy.
Might be. And then what does OBJ do? As he did with the Giants plenty of times. Throw me a fucking slant, because that's about the only throw you can hit me on, and watch me go to work and hit turbo for a 78-yard touchdown.
You don't think it's easy for a defense to read that?
Oh, for sure. Because Baker doesn't know.
Watch.
Because again, Baker doesn't know how to go through the progressions. Okay, OBJ is your first look on most plays probably, if not Jarvis Landry. We go through your progressions. You see the double team on Odell. Yeah. Then you go to your second, third look, and then your check down. But he doesn't. He's just staring at Odell.
Again, who's like,
well, that's Odell's fault for being Odell Beckham Jr.
But maybe he also thinks, I gotta throw to this guy. I have this guy.
No, you have Jarvis Landry. You have Nick Chubb out of the backfield, who's a decent receiving back.
He did some good work.
Yeah, and I like Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I think he's one.
But Baker should be checking it down to him way more.
Yeah,
and then again. End of the first half, he throws that stupid Hail Mary to Odell in double coverage. Obviously, Odell's gonna go up for it.
Up that whole game for him.
What?
That first fucking catch by Odell. That was
it's a terrible throw.
Throw that to Landry. Throw that to any other wide receiver. They're not. That's a terrible throw.
That's only Odell, the number 1 receiver.
So what did he start thinking? Oh, so even if I throw a bad pass, this guy's gonna catch it?
Yeah. So
let me look for him. That's all you're gonna do. Like I feel like he kind of.
So Baker the rest of the season can.
No. That I feel like it was.
This is the issue
was that game. Mentally, I feel like he was zoned in. Okay, I have this guy. This guy caught one of my worst fucking passes.
Yeah.
I'm throwing.
If I'm Odell, that throw that he threw to OBJ to end the first half.
Yeah.
If I'm Odell, I'm going back there ready to snuff Baker in the face. He's trying to get Odell injured with that throw. It's so careless into double coverage, and then another guy coming over his back cranks him while he's in the air. It became triple coverage at the end. And then Odell left to the locker room early. Obviously, something was not feeling right, and he's already nursing a hip injury too. And you're throwing him into triple coverage. Like, come on.
That's kind of bullshit too. Just thinking, after that one hand catch, they're at the goal line and fucking would they take Beckham out because his fucking visor's too dark?
Don't get me started on the refs here,
bro. That's actually bullshit. Because that would have been a touchdown if he was on that field. That's an easy fucking.
Here's the thing with me. Odell has that image, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a.
But all people have been talking about this his watch thing.
He's a problem. He's an issue. Not good in the locker room. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Okay, that whole first drive, the refs had the whole drive to take him out. No, what do? They take him out in the goal line. And then when Odell does an interview and says, yeah, that was bullshit that they took me out the goal line, people are going to say, oh, here's Odell sounding off again. Exactly. He's disagreeing with the refs. No.
And not even that. Watch the game. That would have been an easy touchdown. Odell on the field.
Yeah.
It changes everything right away. Take Odell off at the goal line. Like, this was, I just don't understand.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
And
or wait till the
I like what Chris Carter said of FS1's First Things First. He said he was talking to Odell, I think it was before the game.
Yeah.
He was there. And, or it was like a couple days before they met up. And he was like, man, if you're going to wear a damn watch in the field, wear $1 million watch or something. Not nothing, a couple $100,000. And then what does he do? He puts on a $2 million watch.
Why?
Chris Carter said, if you're going to wear a watch,
fuck Chris
make
Carter,
it $1 million.
You fucking buy $1 million.
And he wears a $2 million watch. Chris Carter's got some money. He's top 5 receiver of all time.
Yeah, but he ain't got all money on a watch. Yeah.
He's older. No shit.
Exactly.
What guy in his 50s is going to spend $2 million on a watch?
Brady.
After kissing his son on the lips.
Can
I just say something on Brady?
Yeah.
I dislike the guy. I understand he's the GOAT. I admit it. But the videos he posts after post games, like you see the last one?
Yeah.
They get me hyped up.
Really?
When he's talking and then it just goes to the clip and the music starts playing 43-0, they show a couple highlights. They get me amped.
Really? Kind of corny to me.
Your haircut today is kind of corny. Guy delayed our show. It's not even a proper fade. There's no fade to it.
My hair's white, bro. Well, not white. It's blonde, bro. It's
you do have a white spot on your hair.
Yeah.
You want to tell the people how that happened?
How that happened? I don't know how it happened. I got it from birth. Apparently I'm supposed to be a little bit albino.
Alright. There's a guy who's been sitting out for over 600 days now without work in the NFL, doing these Nike commercials.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He's got a commercial with the much maligned and discussed Odell Beckham Jr.
Yep.
Colin Kaepernick. He's back in the news as he always is whenever there's an injury in the NFL.
Or whenever there's anything going on in the NFL.
Whenever there's nothing to talk about in the NFL. So, New Orleans is not going to bring him in. People are talking about
New Orleans,
They would never. They got 2 guys that have already been in the system. Now, Pittsburgh, you could make the case because,
huge case.
Huh?
I bet you can make a really big case for fucking.
Yeah, you can make the case.
And not even that. You might kind of spark of excitement in the other guys now. Oh, maybe we could, make it to playoffs or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jacksonville, you could have.
Yeah.
But,
you don't think Jets?
Hunter Minshew, guy played all right yesterday. 2 TD passes, both in the first quarter, then he fell off, but he did. No, Sam Darnold is planning to return week 5.
Yeah, but Kaepernick has said he's willing to be a backup.
Yeah, for sure.
So where's the fault in bringing him in?
You give your opinion. You think she should have a job and people should get over? Bro,
can you imagine Le'Veon Bell with fucking Kaepernick?
Okay,
that's magic.
Give your opinions on this. Tell me what you want. Why do you think the NFL should give him a job, and how are they going to move past everything?
Because he's not, bro. To say that he's not able to fit any roster is fucking bullshit. There's something going on there. His character's been destroyed with fucking what's it called? Every NFL team basically. He should have a job in the NFL. 100%.
Should he have a spot on the roster? Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah. And is this the perfect time for him to have a spot on the roster? Yes.
Sure. Will it happen? And do I think we should keep talking about it?
Do I think it's gonna happen?
No.
Because that's the way the NFL is.
To be honest, I don't think we should be talking about it. As harsh as that sounds,
but the
NFL has blackballed him. Yeah. We've been talking about this for 3 fucking years now. I feel bad for him. He did what he wanted. He stood up for his rights and for his people, and I commend him for that. He's gotten even paid for that by Nike. You want to play football? Well, hey, I want to play pro sports too. But shit doesn't work out in life. You made that decision. It happened to another guy, Eric. Is
that just as important as winning games in football?
Sorry?
Is all that you just said important to winning games in football?
That's more important than winning games in football. He probably feels.
No. I'm saying about how the NFL is basically blackballed them because of all this.
Yeah, no, okay, NFL wants to win football games. But I'm not saying what the NFL is doing is right. I don't think it is.
5 fucking days a week is training all fucking day.
As all pro athletes do in the offseason.
This guy, when was the last time you seen him step on a field? A lot of pro athletes give up by that.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
He does not. He's ready to come back and play.
But he's never going to get a job.
You sign a guy like that.
Yeah, but he's never going to get a job.
He will.
And I'm tired of us talking about it. It's never going to happen.
This is why I feel like it's good that people talk about it. You gotta have his name. Once people stop talking about it,
you go on your spiel, then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Once people stop talking about it and forget him, that's exactly what the NFL wants. Go away. No, everyone will forget. No one's gonna be talking about you anymore. Now, for sure, you're not gonna get a fucking position in the NFL.
Let me ask you a question. Besides the New England Patriots, who view themselves as gods in football and they can fix any problem person, are there any other organizations that like bringing in or having distractions or issues or extra media coverage or any extra drama around their team? No, this is the NFL. This is the national. We want to be boring and politically correct league. This is not the national fun league. Yeah. So let me finish. So national the way whatever. These owners function, all rich white guys, and doesn't forget all the racism stuff. And if they blackballed him, they do not want a circus coming around their team, which is definitely what would happen. Me going to media school, I can guarantee it would happen if Colin Kaepernick signed with any team. The circus that would go on, the drama, the questions that not only Kaepernick would have to answer and be asked every day, the coaching staff, the general manager, ownership, every player in that locker room.
But what are these questions?
Would have to deal with it every day.
What are these questions?
A bunch of stupid questions.
How do you feel about because how you're talking about him is as if I'm thinking this guy just did something fucking terrible.
In the eyes of the owners, he did. And in white media, some people view that he did.
Well, I think it's completely stupid.
Owners and GMs do not want distractions around their teams. And that's what some GMs have said. It's not worth the distraction issue. I'm not saying that's right.
I understand.
I'm saying that's the way they think and it's never going to change. And by us talking about it more and CNN and ESPN, Fox, TSN talking about it more, that just gives more credibility to what the owners believe. And that's why he will never have a job in the NFL again.
Also talking about it also shows what's it called? How bullshit the NFL is.
Everybody knows that.
Huh?
Everybody knows that.
But you gotta keep it in light. Once you forget about it, that's exactly what the owners want. The owners want no one to talk about Kaepernick. So that they don't even have to think about Kaepernick. They don't have to answer questions about Kaepernick. That there's no Kaepernick.
So either way, we've pretty much by disagreeing, we've agreed either way he's not getting signed. Because I think it's a possibility. I've told you why.
I do think it's a possibility.
Him staying in the light, they'll never be.
I think it's a possibility.
Dude, Tennessee, last year when Mariota was injured, had him rank like 4th on their depth or of guys to bring in. Let me finish the damn point.
No hope.
Teams have not seen him in 3 years. We talked about Teddy Bridgewater going back 4 years, and he was actually involved in team activities and on rosters and in practice fields. Kaepernick has not thrown a ball to anybody even on the NFL practice field in 3 years.
Pickup games.
Yeah. So Tennessee last year when they had their injury issues, they out of the free agents they want to bring in, they had him ranked 3rd or 4th because you haven't seen a guy just from his athletic skill point. I don't know if he's still as good as he was. You cannot say he is.
Blake Bortles, is he as good as he was?
Blake Bortles is now a backup.
Huh?
Blake Bortles is now
a backup. But he still has a fucking position on the team.
Because he hasn't been sitting around for 3 years.
There's a lot of fucking shit QBs that have a position on a team.
We are so far removed from the taking a kneel standpoint that there's now so many other factors that come into play with bringing a guy who hasn't played in 3 years back into your lineup. There's people talking about, is Le'Veon Bell going to be the same after just 1 year away? Kaepernick hasn't played in 3 years. You can go lift weights and run track as much as you want.
We're not talking about
when you haven't played NFL speed.
We're not bringing him in to be the franchise fucking player. I'm talking about as a backup quarterback. You don't believe this guy is a fucking position in the NFL, or no team's going to even think about that.
I would have to see him. I would have to bring him into a workout.
And how many teams have done that?
None, because for all of the reasons that I stated prior in this discussion.
But just because they are reasons doesn't make them right. So that's why I feel like just stop talking about him. It's just kind of like, okay, now we're giving those reasons energy.
No, but you talk about him and it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. It just
keeps his name out there.
Yeah,
and the longer we talk.
And so when are you guys gonna realize that he's never 5 years? Because in 5 years,
until he fucking
in 5 years, I can guarantee
until that man gives up on football.
Why do I even try talking sometimes? But I can guarantee you, if it gets to a 5-year standpoint, then you can definitely write him off, because no team is bringing in a QB who's never thrown a pass in 5 years.
As we said though earlier, is this the perfect time? Because there's a lot of injuries.
Only Pittsburgh. It only makes sense for Pittsburgh. Early. So is it that perfect? There's one team that makes sense for
Jets.
No.
Why? Even their backup is fucked. They're a third string fucking
dude. When Falk came in last week, he looked better than Simeon.
Yeah, because Simeon was so bad.
Yeah, but Falk looks good. So when Donald comes back, the Jets look a lot better when Falk came in. He looked decent.
Bro, maybe because you had to watch Simeon play for so long that you thought this guy looked decent.
The Jets played better and under more control when Falk came in the game.
Either way, they got slapped.
No, but can you say for sure?
That's had all these.
Can you say for sure that Kaepernick, a guy who hasn't played in 3 years, is gonna be better than a guy who's gone through the whole training camp?
Possibly.
Possibly. You cannot say for sure.
And so put him in a workout. That's all I want.
Yeah, you put him in a workout. Can I explain the problem to you with that?
Go.
You bring him in for a workout.
Yeah.
Okay. Very few teams carry 3 QBs. So you bring in Kaepernick for a workout. Falk is tripping. This guy's thinking, yo, oh my God, if they sign this guy, I'm gonna be
tripping.
I'm gonna be cut. Yeah. I'm gonna be released. Now he gets pissed off. And then if you don't take Kaepernick, he's like, wow, they really don't believe in me, to the standpoint where they're bringing in a guy who hadn't played in 3 years to replace me. Well, and then if you have to go back to Falk, he's not going to be happy.
But it's not like before he was just an average QB. He was like great.
There's other standpoints to consider is what I'm getting at.
Okay, but there's declining quarterbacks in the NFL that also have positions. That's what I don't understand. The only thing is about Kaepernick is just because of his kneeling for the anthem.
The only guy I can say for sure in the NFL that is god awful is Blake Bortles, and I think Peterman still has a roster spot in Oakland.
Simeon's god awful.
Well, he's injured now. He's done.
Yeah, but even before he got injured, bro, it was one of the worst. This is terrible.
Yeah, to watch him play, break his ankle. He's done.
I don't know. I feel like I don't see an issue continuing to talk about him, because at least his name is there.
I don't have an issue with it. It's just tiring. Whenever this stuff comes up, it's all people want to talk to me about, and people bring up, I want my opinions.
How NFL blackballs athletes is also tiring to me. So I kind of want to be just continuously exposed.
Okay, hold on. Can you repeat that sentence for me? Repeat that sentence.
I said the NFL's actions
of blackballing players.
Yes.
Name me another player they blackballed besides Kaepernick, because you can't even name the other one. And your Panthers ended up signing him.
Bro, listen.
No,
this is all about.
No, there's no listening. No, you're wrong there.
No, but how long were we talking about Kaepernick?
What do you mean? How long were we talking about him?
Like you were saying, what, 3 years now that we've been talking about him being blackballed?
Yeah.
Is that not enough for me? You're
saying you're tired. Like it's like, oh my God, they blackballed like 15 players.
No, I'm talking about blackballing Kaepernick.
Okay, so let's set that straight. It seems like you're talking like there's a long laundry list.
Kaepernick.
Eric Reed got a job with your Panthers. He just couldn't cut it anymore.
I know, but Kaepernick is what I'm focused on here. Blackballing him because remember that what's it called when they went to Super Bowl playing against Baltimore? He's one of the best QBs in the league. And now he can't make a fucking backup position in the league.
Okay,
you can't put him in backup.
Let's rewind. You want to talk about his Super Bowl year? What happened the next year and the year after that is he lost his job and he struggled. He was no longer the starting QB.
Again, we've seen this in other QBs. As I mentioned earlier, Matt Ryan or Cam Newton. Fuck, I would hate to bring his name up, but dude, I have to.
It wasn't even Alex Smith taking his job. I can't remember the guy who took his job. Position. That's how bad Kaepernick was after that year. Sure was can you name the guy who took his job in San Francisco?
I can't. Right
That's how bad he was. No.
But check. I'm sure it's not a guy that was that terrible.
It definitely was. If you can't remember the name, okay.
It's been some years.
Shall we move on?
I guess. But okay. What was my last thing? How quick were they to sign Kareem Hunt? And bringing him in is going to bring a circus.
Because that's not...
No. What do you mean? His was actually did something criminally wrong.
That wasn't racially where the owners really care.
So the problem is the owners. So keep exposing these fucking punanias.
Yeah, you expose them, but they own the league, so at the end of the day...
Well, when they die, hopefully a better person owns it. That's all I can hope for.
You know who took his job?
Who?
That's how bad he was. Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, you checked? How many games did he play? He played the whole season?
Yeah, so Cap played first 8 games, and week 9, Blaine Gabbert took over.
Yeah. There's no.
And they won the first game with Blaine Gabbert.
There you go.
So all I'm saying is, if the last time he played in the NFL, he wasn't that good. 3 years later, how good is he gonna be? All those external issues I just mentioned. That's why I believe he's never gonna have a job. And I'm just tired of talking about it, man. It's like Justin Trudeau doing this brown face and black face masks that's come out.
Yeah.
And I go to work, and customers ask me about it, employees, co-workers ask me about it, because I'm a brown guy, and I went to media school.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care, man. Just stop asking me about this shit.
Well,
I don't care about racial issues,
the
but
thing is with when you're a politician like that, you're prime minister, you're a fucking president, your whole life, everything you've done, even your family's life, is now open to
up
be
for grabs.
Exposed. Yeah. So like, am I surprised that these guys that are prime minister, president have all this dirty laundry? No.
18 years ago, when you're a youth, you dress as Aladdin for Halloween, and you put on a brown face to match your costume.
You did that?
No, that's what Trudeau did, you idiot.
No, I'm saying, I don't know anyone that did that. When it was 2001?
Yeah.
I was still.
But it's like, he put on a dark face to match his costume. Is it really that big of a deal? Then there's some other pictures I released after that.
The guys at my as soon as I got their barbershop, they're discussing this, and the guy was like, "You think I care that this guy wore a blackface?" He's like, "Our mayor of Toronto was smoking crack openly, hanging out with gangsters. You think?" And he's like, "The big issue is that this guy wore blackface." He's like, "I expect every politician to be a little bit racist."
And since then, Trudeau was gone to India. There's a lot of up and down opinions on what he did there, but he embraced the culture.
But was it just that one? Like, was it just that Aladdin thing?
No, there's a couple other pictures that I released. I think one time you wore a brown face, one time you wore a black face.
It's so weird to me.
Why are we getting in politics? This is not a politics show.
Because we got through fucking. That's what happens when you talk about Kaepernick, bro.
All right.
You get over to other issues.
There's some hockey tidbits of note before we round out this episode.
Yes, sir.
All right, we know Mitch Marner signed.
Yep, finally, fuck.
Just a quick thing I want to talk about is ramifications of what this contract does.
Yeah.
Now, at first I was thinking, shit, you have over 40%, I think it's 41% of your salary cap tied up in 3 guys. Matthews, Tavares, and Marner. Then you add William Nylander's 6.9, 6.8, something. Well, now you're almost at 50% of the cap. The Penguins, though, when they won in 2016, their big 3, 38% of the cap, so not 3% difference only. What the issue becomes is the Leafs defense obviously is not where it needs to be. It's gotten a little bit better. You add Tyson Barrie. He's an elite defenseman. He's top 10 defenseman in the league probably by the end of this season. Top 15. He's going to need to get paid. Not going to have no cap space. So, William Nylander, you're getting traded. Year after that, Morgan Rielly. He is a top 10 defenseman in the league, and he's number 1 defenseman on the Leafs.
Yeah.
He needs a new contract. He's going to be asking for over $8 million. Sorry, Freddie Anderson. See you later. Like, that's just the issue of the contracts that Dubas has handed out.
You were saying, you talked about this earlier, though. The teams that were being successful have been teams that not every, like, you know, you don't have all these players that are fucking getting paid.
Yeah. And even the Penguins, okay, I know the cap has gone up, so the percentages are different. Yeah. But still, when they won, in 2017 was 2 years ago, the inflation hasn't gone up that much. The salary cap hasn't even gone up $5 million in 2 years. Crosby was making 8.7 and Malkin was just over 9.
That's what I'm saying.
And now these guys have 3 guys making 11.
Look at Crosby, who was making how much? 8.9?
8.7.
8.7. You guys think you're better? No. So
no, but the cap has gone
much more.
See, when he signed though, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
So now the cap has gone up substantially more. So his contract is not as comparative. But he was on a podcast, Spitting Chicklets, this off season, and what he said talking about 8.7, because 87 is an important number to him. Right, so he was born August 7th, 1987. So his number is 87. A lot of stuff's 87, and his contract's 8.7. But he goes, for me, I want to take less to help the team win. And that's all cool, but you can't just take less. You got to know that everybody else is taking less, because if everybody else is taking less, then it doesn't work out. And with the Leafs, you go and you sign Tavares to 11. Yeah. Well, he did take less. San Jose offered him 13 or 12.5. Maybe Matthews didn't see it the way. Matthews, I think, deserves 11.5, but could he have taken less? Sure. Nylander goes and holds out and gets his 6.9, and then Marner's like, I want Matthews' money. Now, the biggest overpayment was to Marner. I think the Nylander is only overpaid by $800,000. Marner's overpaid by about $2 million. So now they're in a problem. I still see it as an issue, and I don't think they're winning the cup this year. And this is their only window.
Bro, I feel like these players they're not worried about winning a cup. They're thinking about money. You know, when you get like that, your team doesn't. It's not often your team succeeds. The whole team's got to be built around. Okay, we're winning games this season, and we're going to the playoffs. We're gonna win that. We're going to the championship.
All of these guys haven't won shit in their careers.
Exactly.
They haven't even won a playoff series.
The thing is that they're this young, and they're fucking creating these problems for money.
Yeah.
You're not championship built. I'm sorry.
Restricted free agents never get paid like this.
Yeah.
Except I guess when you wear a Maple Leafs jersey.
Exactly.
But I was having an argument with the guys at work, and they couldn't understand this for the life of them. And then I shut them all up with one question. They're saying, "Oh, it's the Leafs' year to win. It's the window because afterwards it's gonna have cap issues." And I just laughed and I said,
"They said this is their year to win."
It is because, like, they have to win this year because you're gonna have major cap issues moving forward.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, Barry's contract's up. After this season, they only have one defenseman signed, Morgan Riley. Can you believe that? One defenseman. And then Morgan Riley's contract expires a year after.
Clearly, they never heard the term defenseman's championships.
But these guys like, oh, the Leafs, like they're gonna be a real contender this year. And I said, in what, regular season or postseason? And they're like, for the cup. I said, yeah, they're gonna be a top 5 team, but they're not winning a cup. And like, how can you say that? And I said, name me the last team that went from never winning a playoff series to winning the Stanley Cup. And nobody could say anything.
First for everything.
It doesn't happen in hockey. Same thing, I compared it to the Raptors. You got to go through the trials and the errors, learn how to win a couple rounds, realize what it takes. St. Louis won last year. All the teams that were in the playoffs last year, the Final Four, they're all teams that have been around the block. When St. Louis won last year, well, they'd been to so many semifinals, won conference finals prior to. Then the year before, Washington won. Washington had been knocking on the door so long, getting to the semifinals, won conference finals, semifinals, and finally they break through and win a cup. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Okay.
Well, okay. No, Pittsburgh's been around the block. They go to the playoffs every year. They win. Yeah. Before that, Chicago, the LAs, the Bostons. Nobody goes from not winning a playoff series to winning 4 playoff series and winning the Stanley Cup. Doesn't happen. So Leafs,
especially with players that
fucking pickle,
are all about money at this point.
Are they all about money? I don't know if you can say for certainty, but it certainly appears it could be that way.
Bro, Nylander held out. I felt like Marner was probably just trying to follow that, hold on to.
Marner says he always told his agent, I'm not missing anything of training camp. And he missed 2 days. Missed 2 days of training camp.
There you go. Proof right there.
Alright. And now this ties into Colorado.
In the pudding.
Colorado's the one team I said they should have made an offer sheet to Mitch Marner. They have a bunch of cap space. Instead, they traded us Tyson Barrie for Nazem Kadri. They have a restricted free agent of their own, Mikko Rantanen. You're maybe not familiar with the guy, but hockey fans are. Very similar point total. I think he's within 10 points of Marner. Probably less of a difference. He had more goals, less assists. You can very make a good argument that he should be paid adequately compared to Marner. And Colorado Avalanche told him straight up, you're not getting that contract. You know why? Because Joe Sakic and that management team, they have balls. Like, they just said, you want to play for us? You want to play in the National Hockey League? We own your rights. You're not getting this contract. And the Leafs, what did they say? Oh, here you go. Here's $11 million. We overpaid you by $2 million.
Okay, we'll pay you.
Oh my God! Like Kyle Dubas, I like his hockey mind.
Doofus, yeah. Call him that now.
He's kind of a doofus. Out of the 3 contracts he signed with these guys, only one is a good deal. Matthews, 5 years, 7.5. I can live with that. He lost to Nylander. He lost to Marner. Even bigger. I think Brendan Shanahan should have stepped in these negotiations, the president. Because that's like Joe Sakic. These guys are cup champions, Hall of Famers. And if they tell a young guy, you're not getting this money, I run this organization, you're going to listen. That's a go, Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
And Shanahan maybe stayed out of it. And now to the dismay, they're done. All right, we'll wrap up with Patrick Laine. This is a funny story, man.
Who?
Oh, Patrick Laine, Winnipeg Jets player. So he needs a new contract as well, restricted free agent.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Does an interview with the Finnish newspaper. I don't know what he was thinking. And he basically goes, this is stuff for negotiations. He goes, well, I'll tell you what. If I'm playing for any other team in the National Hockey League, I'm playing with elite players, the best players. I know who I should be playing with and what I can do. Not the guys that I'm playing with on my team.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Are you kidding me? This guy basically just said... He had off year. This guy's also gone down in goal production every season. He went from 40, I think he had 44 first year to 36 to 33 or something like that. And he basically saying it's his line mate's fault. And then goes and apologizes to his centerman, Brian Little. What are you apologizing for? You meant it.
Interview with? Do you know?
Paper in Finland.
But was it like a big? Cause
I have no idea.
I'm thinking maybe it was a little bit lower level, and he was thinking this is not gonna get out. You know, I'm talking published. To this guy. I know, but like for everyone in the States to know now, Canada to know now. I don't know.
It's just stupid. Hockey players, man, giving into the cliches that they don't have brains.
Loose lips, bro.
Loose lips. All right, should we wrap up with this Lavar Ball video and have a good laugh here? Totally forgot about that one. All right, so this is Lavar Ball, as you all know him, and Lonzo. They're having a meeting to discuss
the BBB.
Discuss the situation of Big Baller Brand. All right, watch and enjoy.
Which I thought was done with.
I'm just saying from a marketing standpoint. From a marketing standpoint, regardless of what it is. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. I'm asking a question. I'm just saying. Triple B is always going to be exact on the fact that it also stands for the three Ball brothers. I'm not changing that at all. I don't care about his opinion.
Best part.
Listen to me, son. When I come up with a name and then somebody tell me to change it, that's like me telling me to change your name. That's like people say, oh, hey, change Lonzo's name to Alfonso on the fact that he did.
Alfonso.
Yeah,
Lonzo's face at this moment. And the other brothers are in the living room chilling. Brand's the most.
Honestly, bro, I'm ready to say it. Fuck Lavar Ball, bro.
I've been saying that.
That's exactly, bro. Because one person
hold on. There's a branch. Best part. Oh, where's the part about the damaged goods?
What do you mean when he said Alfonso? I should change your name from Lonzo to Alfonso because you've been damaged goods for the last 2 years.
That. Man spaced out. Best part of that.
Finish that whole thing. I didn't hear what he said at the end.
Really?
That's fucking terrible. I just heard the damaged goods part.
Why do you not watch the video?
Or when he says, I made you guys into superstars.
Yeah.
Bro, who are you?
Really? Because you made Lonzo's star?
Or are you fucking God, bro? This guy literally is like, I made you this. And we're keeping it at this, even though we fucking fucked you over. You fucking covered the tattoo, bro.
I've always disliked Lavar Ball.
I really dislike him now. I'm sorry. That's your son, bro. That's not your fucking business partner.
This was to the moon for me, man. This is awesome. Like, this guy's so far in over his head. And Lonzo's definitely right. That Big Baller Brand is destroyed. There's no credibility left to it.
Who the fuck's buying Big Baller Brand?
When your chief operating officer steals $1 million from your main player, and then when Lonzo asks
your main player, it's your son, bro. That's what I don't understand.
The best one, Lonzo asks the other guy, "What's your opinion?" I don't need to hear his. I don't want to hear his opinion. His opinion don't matter.
I'm sorry, Lavar Ball, but the only reason Big Baller Brand is anything is because Lonzo Ball.
Because of Lonzo, not you.
Yeah, not you, not LiAngelo, and not LaMelo. Because LiAngelo probably won't make it to the NBA. I don't think he'll ever be NBA. Won't. LaMelo maybe, but do I think he's a lot better than fucking Lonzo? No. Like, it's just as stupid to me. This is your son, and this is the reason that Big Baller Brand is anything. And now you're fucking shitting on him. Because they stole... That's why he was the one affected.
Yeah.
LaVar was not affected.
No.
LaMelo was not affected. LiAngelo wasn't. Like, Lonzo was. If I'm Lonzo, I'm saying fuck you guys. Honestly, I'm out.
Lonzo has been saying that fuck you guys. I mean, I watched some interviews he did on a media tour this summer. He did a little PR stunt for himself. Couple different things of note.
He said diss track, bro.
Couple things of note. One, he was saying that when the Big Baller Brand shoes first released, they were so trash. His ankles were sore and shit. He got to the point where he was switching shoes every quarter. And then he started the quarter, he put his new shoes on, like, oh, I know how to play ball again. Like, I'm not dealing with sore shit. And then he said he regrets covering up the tattoo, but like he's still pissed off that his father brought in this guy.
He regrets the tattoo thing?
He's like, I shouldn't have covered up the tattoo, but in the spur of the moment.
You should, bro. I would too, bro. How much did you lose? 1 million or more?
Oh, a little bit over 1 million. I'm sure he got it back.
I know he got it back, but the fact that they're willing to snake you like that, yeah.
It's gutty shit, man. Your father ain't supposed to do you dirty like
Big
that.
Baller Man is dead.
It's
I'm
too
sorry,
much.
Lavar, bro.
Alright. Our sign off message. Lavar, get your shit together, bro.
You don't want to do a thing?
What?
Betting? Yeah?
No, I didn't look at no spreads. We'll do that next week.
Alright. Make money off this show.
Nate Diaz and Masvidal scheduled for November 3rd. Who's your early pick to win the fight?
That's the one fight I have.
Early. There's a gun to your head. Who you
gun
picking?
To my head, I'm picking. He's been my favorite fighter forever, but I'm going Jorge Masvidal.
No, I'm going Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz has been my favorite, bro. I loved him, but
you can't knock out Nate Diaz.
You can't. But no, he did knock out.
If Conor couldn't knock out Nate Diaz, the beat down he took against Conor that first fight, man.
No, but you know what happens in fighting? Your chin only gets worse, doesn't get better. Take that kind of beating.
Yeah, but he hasn't taken no beating really in 2 years.
I know.
His chin been blessed. His chin been eaten.
And you know what? Actually, I was just getting into this before we stop. I was also listening to this doctor talk. Why it was him discussing why some fighters are like able to take shots better and stuff like that. And they're saying with the Diaz brothers, they think it's a lot with how much weed they smoke. Smoking weed relaxes them, keeps them at ease, stress is gone, helps them repair a few brain cells that they've actually lost.
So why didn't that help you?
Huh?
Why didn't that help you?
I ain't Diaz, bro. I ain't smoking as much as these guys.
That's true.
And these guys smoke more
CBD
they
joint
smoke,
out his workout.
They smoke fucking, like medical shit, so.
Maybe you should find some CBD. Who knows? Alright, anything else to get off your chest? Otherwise, we'll see you folks next week, man.
Yes, sir. Hopefully. This guy doesn't go fucking away.
I'm going away, but we'll do it like a couple days earlier. Alright, for my guy, Addis K, I'm Jay Boyal. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe. And, share some shit on Instagram, would ya?
You know what we should finish with? And now we're out of the mix.